Hey, good afternoon. This is Clay with Clay's AC and Auto Repair and Clay Motion here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If this video is helpful, please give me nice comments. I appreciate that. Subscribe to my YouTube page. That's totally awesome as well. I very, very much appreciate that. You'll be able to see the great things that I do all the time. Mostly share this video because I think this is going to be information that is going to work over a wide gamut of things like RVs, motorcycles, vehicles, everything. It's going to be a long video and it's going to be a long intro, and I apologize about that, but it needs to be all said. So turn the volume down on your computer, let my videos play while you're working on your stuff. You want to send me any messages and you want to get them to me real quick, go ahead and go to my Facebook page, which is Clay's AC and Auto Repair, and send me the messages right there. Here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to eliminate a draw. So if you've ever went out to your automobile in the morning time, went to start it up and the battery was dead, this will indicate that you either have a bad battery or that you have a draw. And more than likely, you're always going to have a draw on an automobile. They have a tiny amount, depending on if you have like a Cadillac Escalade, that's going to have a larger draw than say this Chevy truck that I'm going to show you. This information is perfect for just about anything with the battery and fuses and wires and everything, and we're going to show you how to eliminate that draw right here, or at least determine what it is. So when you go to take your vehicle to the service center, if you can't eliminate the actual problem, you can at least intelligently talk about what you have, and you don't get to run around by your mechanic if you don't know him. So what you're going to do is you're going to think about your electrical system in your car like a tree. Okay, so in a tree we have a root, a trunk, a limb, branches, and leaves, all right? So this is how I kind of laid it out. It's not exacting science, because in some situations, if you thought the trunk was, you know, your fuse box, it could also be part of your battery, depending on if you have like an amplifier or something like that. But we're going to go off the basis that you're probably working on a stock automobile that has absolutely nothing. You'll need your battery charged all the way up. That is very, very important for this test. You need a good battery. So you need to eliminate that problem first by taking it to the service center and having it checked. They may tell you that it's a good battery, but it could actually have a dead cell inside it if it's old and everything like that. So we're going to eliminate that as a problem for this illustration and go on to the actual diagnosis of it. And I'm sorry, it's going to take a long time to explain this to you. So your battery is the root. Your trunk is a fuse box. Branches are the large fuses, and branches always don't mean that they're the large fuses, but generally large fuses have multiple circuits on them. So you'll have a large 40 amp fuse that goes to 4 different 20 amp fuses, and them 20 amp fuses are going to be considered the limbs. And then attached to them is your leaves, like say your window switch or your blower motor or your radio. Them are going to be the leaves of the circuit. I hope this is visualizing in your brain that you start with your battery, which is going to be obviously your first source, and then you're going to go to your fuses, and then you're going to go to the large fuses. Them are going to be your branches, okay? And then these are going to be your limbs. Or it might have that confused, but this is my own analogy, so I guess I can say it however I want. So when you want to check it, what you're going to do is you're going to remove your positive battery cable. And in between that positive battery cable, you're going to set a test light. You can get these at any auto parts store, and it doesn't matter how good or how bad they are or how cheap they are. When you take the test light and you connect it to the positive side of your battery, it's going to have a really bright light, because that means you have 12 volts. But watch what happens when I connect this to the positive cable. So I basically, you'll see that I got a not quite as bright of light, all right, but still a light nonetheless. That means that this vehicle probably has a pretty significant draw. If your vehicle has like a underhood light switch like this, you're going to want to make sure you unplug it. Make sure everything is turned off. And if that was making a draw, which I don't think it is, because apparently it doesn't work, but If that was making a draw, that light would be brighter or get dimmer when you unplug it. So you're going to turn everything off inside your car and make sure all the doors are shut. Make sure you don't have a cell phone plugged in. Make sure you don't have anything on inside your car. Your dome lights aren't on or anything like that. Then, okay, so we got the test light set up. In a Chevy situation, this won't be the same for a Jeep or whatever, but if it doesn't have a little push button, just go ahead and latch the latch for the door so it thinks it's closed all the time. All right, and then that's going to tell the ECM that your door is closed, and it'll turn the dome lights on the car off. If it's a luxury vehicle like this one, then it's going to take a couple seconds. Now, it's good to have two people doing this, because you're going to start pulling the fuses that are on the inside of the car first. And the reason you're going to do that is most of the time when your draws are probably from the inside of a car. They're not going to generally be in your master stuff, or, you know, like your throttle positioning switch or something like that isn't going to go bad and create a draw. It's possible, but highly unlikely. So you're going to pull each individual fuse, take a picture before you do that so you can replace all the fuses easily and put them in the accurate, the spots. If you're doing that, pull one fuse, wait 2 to 3 seconds, wait for the light to either dim or for it to go out. Perfect is when it goes out completely. But like I said before, you're more than likely going to have a draw. That's why it's good to have somebody watch it, but I've got it set up in such a way that I could actually pull the fuses and watch as I pull the fuses and the light will dim. Now, keep pulling fuses until the light goes dimmer or goes off completely. Once it does that, you might have more than one draw, so you may want to keep pulling fuses till it totally goes off. Now, wait a couple seconds in between each one, like I said before. Now, once you've found the fuse or the circuit or the leaf in this situation that is drawing down your battery, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the fuse back in, turn the light back on, and make sure that that is the circuit that is drawing it down. You might have a couple different draws. It's not a big deal. It's not uncommon. But start replacing all the fuses, and as you replace them, the light, if there's a draw on another circuit, the light will come on immediately. Once it does that, pull that fuse back out and start replacing the other fuses. Make sure that you're not having multiple draws and multiple problems on cars. Now, once you've installed all of the fuses that were not drawing your battery down, you want to go and get either your owner's manual, or look on your cover and figure out what circuit that is. Say it was the cigarette lighter circuit. Then you're going to go inside the vehicle and you're going to remove each individual cigarette lighter with the light on and the fuse in. You're going to replace the fuse on that cigarette lighter circuit, and then that's going to tell you when you plug in that cigarette lighter which one it is actually drawing it. So that's how you find a draw. I hope this video, I know it's kind of instructional. You should start working on it, and it will make a lot more sense when you're actually doing it. But I think my description is pretty good. It's probably not perfect. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. I really tried to actually give as much accurate information as I possibly could. I wished I had a car here that had a bad draw that I could show you, and if I ever do, I will go through the steps and show you exactly how to do it. But I think the explanation is very good. Remember, share this video with people, because this is going to be super helpful. Even if you don't end up using it, it's good information to actually know and understand what us mechanics go through to be able to find a problem like a battery draw. It takes a lot of time. I can't even express how long this should actually take you, because it's very time intensive. But anyways, share my video, subscribe to my page. Don't be the next to them, be the first to you. You can't break what's already broken, so you might as well try to mess it up some more. God bless. Have a great day.